There comes a moment in every life when you stand face to face with yourself. No applause, no audience, just you and the mirror. And in that silence, one question echoes louder than any voice you've ever heard. Will you choose comfort, or will you choose greatness? For the path of comfort is easy, but it ends in regret. And the path of greatness, it demands discipline. Discipline is the gatekeeper of all success. Without it, dreams rot. With it, dreams rise. Today, you must decide which side of history you will stand on. They will tell you that success is about luck, that fortune smiles on the chosen few, that greatness belongs only to those born into privilege, that destiny is written in bloodlines and family names. But history tells another story, the story of men and women who came from nothing, who had no money, no connections, no advantages, yet carved their names into stone because they had one thing the world could not deny: discipline. Discipline, the quiet force that shapes empires and tears down kingdoms. Discipline, the bridge between who you are and who you could become. It is not glamorous. It does not shout, it does not sparkle, it does not dazzle the crowd. But it endures. It builds in silence, brick by brick, until one day the world calls it overnight success. Think of Thomas Edison, working through 10,000 failed experiments before the light bulb glowed. 10,000 attempts that the world would have mocked as foolish, a waste, a man gone mad. Yet Edison understood a truth that few ever grasp. Genius is not lightning from heaven. It is discipline in motion. Each failure was not a defeat, it was a step forward, because he had trained himself to persist when others would surrender. That was discipline, and discipline gave us light. Look to Abraham Lincoln, a man who lost elections more times than he won, who knew the sting of business failure, who walked through the fire of grief and personal tragedy, yet did not abandon his purpose. He was not the most educated, not the most eloquent, not the most polished, but he had a discipline of character, a steadfastness that held steady when the Union was torn apart. It was not brilliance alone that freed the slave or preserved a nation. It was the discipline to keep moving forward when every force around him screamed, "Give up!" Henry Ford was not born with riches. He was not handed factories or workers or blueprints for automobiles. What he had was vision, and the discipline to bring that vision into the harsh reality of industry. Others mocked the idea of affordable cars for common people, but Ford ignored the laughter and worked with precision, with order, with relentless discipline, until the horse and carriage gave way to the Model T. Walt Disney went bankrupt. He faced rejection after rejection, with critics declaring his ideas childish, impractical, impossible. Yet Disney carried within him a discipline of imagination, a refusal to abandon his vision, no matter how absurd it seemed to others. That discipline created not just cartoons, but worlds, entire kingdoms of joy and wonder. Do you see the thread? Greatness is never random. It does not arrive by chance. It is sculpted, molded, hammered into form through discipline. And yet, discipline is the very thing most run from. People crave comfort. They want results without effort, applause without sacrifice, trophies without training. They set goals but abandon them when the work becomes heavy. They dream but they do not do. They wish but they do not will. Understand this. Success is not for the one who wants it most. It is for the one who disciplines himself most. Desire is cheap. Discipline is priceless. Discipline means waking before the sun when your body craves more sleep. Discipline means saying no to distractions that seduce your focus. Discipline means practicing when you feel uninspired, showing up when you feel invisible, moving forward when you feel paralyzed by doubt. Discipline is the price of freedom. Freedom? Yes, freedom. Because the undisciplined man is a slave to his impulses, to his moods, to the opinions of others, to the easy pleasures that waste his potential. He is chained by comfort and he calls it living. But the disciplined man is free. He may sweat, he may struggle, he may sacrifice, but he is free because he commands himself. And the man who commands himself cannot be commanded by the world. Look around today's world. Technology moves faster than thought. Distractions multiply. Endless noise, endless opinions, endless temptations. 1,000 voices pulling you in 1,000 directions. But here is the truth. Amidst the chaos, discipline is power. Discipline is focus. Discipline is clarity. Without it, your vision dissolves. Your goals scatter like ashes in the wind. With it, you become unstoppable. Think of the athlete who trains while others sleep. Think of the entrepreneur who reinvests profits while others spend. Think of the student who studies while others party. Day after day, choice after choice, discipline builds a foundation. And when the storm comes, and it always comes, the undisciplined crumble while the disciplined rise. But do not mistake discipline for punishment. It is not the enemy of joy. It is the creator of joy. Because the deepest satisfaction in life does not come from ease. It comes from growth. And growth demands discipline. The body only grows strong when disciplined by exercise. The mind only grows sharp when disciplined by learning. The spirit only grows powerful when disciplined by purpose. Discipline, then, is the ultimate love of self. It is choosing long-term greatness over short-term comfort. It is choosing to honor your future self more than your present laziness. It is saying, I will not betray the man I am destined to become by indulging the weakness I feel today. Every master you admire, every hero you respect, every giant you study, what separates them from the masses is not talent alone. It is not luck. It is discipline. Talent is wasted without discipline. Luck is lost without discipline. Vision dies without discipline. And discipline is not born, it is made. It is forged in the fire of daily choices, in the small decisions repeated until they harden into habit. You are not born disciplined or undisciplined. You are shaped by what you do again and again. The good news is this: discipline is available to you right now. No matter your past, no matter your failures, no matter your excuses. Discipline does not ask for perfection. It asks for commitment. It asks for consistency. It asks for you to stand when it would be easier to sit, to act when it would be easier to wait, to persist when it would be easier to quit. It begins small. One choice, one action, one step taken with intention, then another, until one day you look back and see that you are no longer the same person. Discipline has transformed you. The Roman legions did not conquer the world because they were the strongest men alive. They conquered because they were the most disciplined. Their order, their structure, their relentless unity carried them where chaos could not. The builders of pyramids did not lift those stones with sheer strength alone. They did it with organized, disciplined effort across generations. The leaders who shape the future will not be the loudest. They will not be the luckiest. They will be the most disciplined. And so I tell you, if you seek greatness, seek first discipline. If you hunger for success, begin with discipline. If you desire,